Good morning. So we have a lot today. Morning, Wilmot. Okay, I'll take a look where we're at, how the markets reacted. Ooh. The CPI hit my level. How fast did it went there? Well, look, less than 5 minutes. So my complete analysis from yesterday was actually correct. Now we will have a huge dump and then a huge bullish movement afterwards again, after CPI or FOMC actually. So I'll go over what I said yesterday and why I was actually expecting it. So I said already that we had a huge week up and I was expecting 26,000 level somewhere and we hit 26,047. So okay, that was very close actually to my target, what I wanted to see hit. Now, let's go first to the hourly, when I said if we breach this low, then we would look for shorts. So we saw that huge dump then. So this was the area where I could have taken a small short back to that level, what I was expecting actually. Now, the only thing is, structure-wise, I don't like this because now it's a bit chopped. And the market needs to show its hand now where it actually wants to go to. Because we've been down and up, and the market now needs to show me its hand where we have to actually are trading to. Because of CPI, we take out both sides, and then we have a not logical structure in the market. Because if we would watch it completely, we actually made a new, so I'm not going to count that wick, but here we made a break of structure on this candle to the upside, and that's a decent 50-60 points, so that's definitely a nice break of structure. We had a huge candle back down, so this is actually, I believe, news too. Was the news at 5? Yeah, at 4. Yeah, there was news. So there was again news, and then we had a huge candle back down actually. We closed the daily gap, so that's good. So this one's closed. Still looking for logs at the moment. Looks like we hit a value gap right here, so on a 30 minutes, and we are now moving towards something. Do we have a 15 right here? We don't have a 15. We are trading in a 5 level, but not really a 15, so gotta be a bit more patient today and see what the market actually want to show us. If we move lower, my targets definitely will be first of all that daily gap right here. So we have a daily for value gap right here. So if we move further down, this would be the target. That would be between 26,047 and 26,013. So we already take out previous day high, so the highs has been taken already. We definitely had a huge opening gap that's also been taken. This was the opening gap. So in this wick candle actually of news, we've taken it out. So at this point, still looking for long. So any fair value gap that we find to long off, I'll love to get it. 630 was a nice entry, down back to the base, so that would be the stop. Now, okay, let's see this, how we act. So we came into a 30-minute fair value gap right here, and I want to see now, do we breach this low? If we break this low, we're going for that daily gap. If the market keeps stalling a bit and continuing up higher, then we're going back for all-time high. What would be very logical, because we had a break of structure to the upside, this would be the retests. This would be an internal structure, and then back to the highs. Yeah, okay. That's what I actually can see right now. So we had an external break of structure, back to an internal level, or back to fair value of price with a news wick. We came into it, and now we're hanging around here. So if we fall below those news wicks, then the target is definitely that daily gap or lower. In a few minutes, we will probably see what we'll bring out. But until then, it's the main idea that we still go up. Oof. Everything took a nice plummet. Was expected, actually. We came in a daily gap, so it would be good to long crypto right now. If we stay at this level, next target would be an 8% up, 119,000 for Bitcoin anyway. So in about 11 minutes we have the range. So we just took some internal buy side liquidity right here, or sell side liquidity, and a nice reaction off of that. If this was a 15-minute gap, I would have longed off of it, but it was not. Just some buy side liquidity and a tap, so not much. This is an internal structure. No new high, no new low, so that was the low. So this is still an internal structure that we are trading in right now. So this was the last move up that we had. We actually came back again to that 70 level, so that was fair value of price, 60 level, 68 level. Nice long momentum actually, yeah. The market looks bullish. So if we get any 15-minute level, we're just gonna log off of it. Target immediately, all-time high, of course. And again, look, those are round numbers. Look, 23,399. So you can call that 400 level exactly. That's 1 point off of it. So, and after that, we had a news candle straight back down. Not sure if you actually had an opportunity to take this short before. No 15-minute candles. Happy that I didn't touch the market anymore yesterday. That was not really thing to stay on. That's a decent orb range. That's a huge orb range. This is a New York orb range pre-orb. That's a 70-point orb. So we have extra news today. Employment rates at 9:45. So we do actually have some news. Morning, Emily, Nicholas. So this is gonna be about a 100-point range for the orb range. So keep that in mind. That's a rather big orb. Give me a second, I need to plug in my laptop. One more minute for that pre-order close. Again, that is at least a 100-point range that you have. Well, this is a very strong candle, and there was no news actually at this point, so it was not a news candle. There is already news out. That's only supposed to be out at 8:45. That's already out. So that was a close. I am watching the hourly too, so we can see we had like 2 hours chopped right now. That's almost the 3rd hour that we have actually chopped. I'm not a fan of this price action. 3 hours chopping beside each other. Morning, Ville. Emily, I seen that you sent me a message. I can answer that actually through here. You sent to me that you heard something about Portugal. Yeah, that's actually more crypto-wise. Taxes in Belgium, if you are a full-time trader, is 30% of what you make. You have to give off. If you cash it out. But if you have a company, you can actually top step is actually not real trading, so that's something on the side. So you can actually get the first 10,000 that you make out of it as free, so you don't have to register that anywhere. You can actually have another 10,000 for free if you give it to your husband. So that's about 20k that you can actually get out for free in Belgium. And the third part, after that, it's 30%, I believe, you have to give off of it if you are a trader. But Top Step is actually not really booking, so it's something different there. It's a bit strange. I would recommend to get a Wise card if you ever have a payout, and then let it drop onto that account. It's American, so they cannot. I'm not legally to say this, but they cannot register it. So America does not give any intel to Belgium. And after that, you actually have a Wise card. You can actually buy gold or silver or anything else with it. A what card? Yeah, well, I'll show for a second. There's not much to talk about anyways. So let me go to it. Giving free info. Wise. So if you go to the official website of Wise, so this is actually a bank card that you can have, and you can actually let it drop onto it. So it pays in every cash is different kind of coin that you want to. So no cryptos, of course, but just normal money can be put onto it. It's a Visa, so you can use it everywhere. But once the money drops onto it, how do you give it to your husband? By making a second account. So once you get to 10k out of payouts, you can just open a second account in your husband's name and let you do the things for him. Don't tell that I said this, but something that you can do always. So no 15-minute gap. So we'll take at least another half hour before we can do anything. So if you have any questions, you can always ask. Now you guys are here anyway, so what kind of style you guys like more? So I'll go a bit slow. But actually 2, so there should be, video should change, of course. Do you prefer, as traders and office, do you guys prefer this kind of style? And I have one more that I actually was starting to create. Would you prefer this kind of style? Yeah, here there needs to come a video or a picture. Yeah, and here the rest needs to still be filled in. Yeah, and if you got payouts enough, Emily, I would recommend just to buy gold with it. And keep it. Which one would you prefer? The first one or the second one? As straight as at normal. We are here with 8, so you saw both a bit if you were watching. Like the part that said small and steady has reached the start. Was it on the first section? Was it on the black one? Or was it on the other one? Just to know. Yeah, I'm getting this done all by myself, so I'm not a computer nerd at that point. I've done this twice in my life, so picks me back. I like the second or the first one, okay. But nice that both of them look. Well, maybe I'll make both of them and see which one looks best. Thanks for the honest answers. I appreciate it. So on this pre-orb session, here we want to go straight through. So we had a small value gap right here. We need to flush through this. We do not have yet any 15 minutes, so not much that we can do actually. Yeah, we could have traded after this too, so we had a retest. So in a 5 minute, this would be a break of structure right here. That would be a retest, and then the continuation. If we go through this value gap right here. But I don't trade the 5 minutes in this way because I've seen it play out sometimes good, sometimes not, and the 15 minute actually holds strength. And this has been a 3 hour sideways of chop market, so let's be very patient today and see how the market moves. Just because it's taken out both sides of the market, it always does something strange then. Will we get a trade? Probably will. Probably we will, but maybe not always on the stream today. It will depend on how open reacts in about a half hour. I like them both, yeah. That's very nice. So we got about 2, 2, 3, okay. I gotta ask one more time. It is okay that I use your guys' review from Discord, right? That you shared, just to make sure one more time that I ask to be 100% sure. Legally, I need to ask you. Thanks. I was in the short this morning with 30 minutes for value gap at 5 a.m. got trapped. I entered shorts and then 15 for value gap was created inside at 30. Wait, where? At 5 o'clock. I was not up at 5. So on this one here, you entered on this? Or did you, oh no wait, let me say it different. You said a 30 minute created. So you entered on this tab. Wow. Great. So you took a short on this tab, probably stop at the high, and you're now at the max that you were 1.5, and you're actually aiming for the lows again, probably. Are you still in that short? No, I got out because I wasn't sure what the market's. Okay. Nice, you got out of 1 hour. Good. Yeah, like I said, when I got to the market, I said the same. So when I see something like this, I was like, oh, okay, now I need to uh, observe what the market actually is doing in the now. So again, if you were not here yet, this was that boss to the upside, right here. So this is the retest actually, but a huge retest. But this was actually the movement. So we have to take that movement from here to here. So this was the move that went up. So we came back down to that 60.78, 0.78 level. And then we should move back to the highs because this was the break of structure to the upside. We have a retest of it, of the full move. We had a retest and then we are now moving slowly further up. This is my idea, what I see. So here's very crucial moment right now. So this is a tap right here. Now we need to push through this. I don't want to see a stall here now because we came up, we took liquidity, we came back in, and now we need to fully push through this. That would be a good example that the market moves to that direction again. On continuation trades, yeah, it looks continuation to the upside. We just need a value gap right now or an entry model somewhere that we can continue with that flow. Yeah, I understand why Finland. If you watch Top Step, if you are on Top Step, go always to those Trader Hub. So the first thing on the left side you see candles standing under that Top Step coin, and under that you see Trader Hub. And then you can find economic events. The time that you actually was trading was 4, so there was news at that time. So this was actually a news scandal. So this is why we actually had a huge dump down. I think it's because of daylight saving that they didn't change that part. So we are actually a week before New York, or we are daylight saving. So that means that we actually have already changed, and they're only changing this weekend. So this is why we were trading at 2:15 this week instead of 3:15. Yeah, this is only 1 week. They probably will not put that program inside. So yeah, this is why I believe the news was already out also. So there is a news at 8:45 and it's already out. So that I believe that was 7:45 should be that the French customer spending more should be presented itself, because it's only 8:38 right now, and it was already out at 8:15. So I believe we have an hour changing. Not 100% accurate, not 100% sure of that, but it looks like. So anybody trading today, keep your hands off until you have a nice move, because if you don't have a strict hourly when you get into a trade, just be patient right now, because this does not look super good. Not sure if anybody needs to watch their. I always find these how it changes. Yeah, I don't like them either. Now I'm up at 4 instead of at 3. Right. Yeah, we are lucky that everything does this automatically right now. I didn't even know that it was daylight saving. If it wasn't for trading, I would rather actually never know. The only thing that I saw it in was that it was more bright outside. Yeah, I don't watch news or anything, so I was actually not aware of it. I do always want to take a look if they say something about crypto yet. As long as it's not on the front page yet, we're still good. No. Well, still not on the front page, it's okay. Yeah, that's very true. You might as well piece away so much. I always call it, they tell a story. And if you want to believe it, it's up to you. Some of them are true, some of them are... Hey! Some of them are way less true. Morning, Arjun. How are we doing? They need to give people something to talk about, so... What would the others talk about? Themselves? Most people don't even dare to talk about themselves. About others? Yeah, they like to talk about different people. But themselves? Most of the people don't like it. So that was about 20 minutes of pure sideways chopped market. So still in an uptrend right now. Nothing's changed. So if you ever see something happening like this, keep the same mentality like we had. So we came up, we had a few grabs, and now it looks like we are still continuing. Don't change the idea while we are still in this. Until the market shows we take a low out somewhere, we are still in the same movement. Yeah, if this was a 15-minute, I would have definitely jumped in it too. So again, a 15 minutes, just fully sideways, so no movement, no action. So it's gonna take at least another half hour. I'm gonna get myself something to drink before we can actually find any entries. At this rate, I think we probably got a nice entry around 9:30, 10 o'clock. For the pre-order, if we start moving now and it starts pushing again, taking out that high, before 9 o'clock, we can actually put that stop down under, maybe under this one. We should not come all the way back down. There's no need for it. So again, if you have not easy watching the charts, just watch mine so that you don't actually do anything. I know the feeling. We're sitting behind the computer, you want to do something, so most of the people actually directly want to jump into a trade. Never do that, doesn't help. Just be calm and steady, relaxed. And if there is no entry, there is no entry. Just be okay with it. This is an activity where the less you do, the better you get at it. This is the only job in the world that you have to do less to be better at it. I don't think we have another job like this. Most of it is the more you do, the better you get at it. This is actually the less you do, the better you get at it. But you're up pretty soon. In the morning, Veerle, you're actually up pretty early, because that was 6:30. So if you were awake at 5, damn, when do you wake up? Okay, market is not the fastest one. Our crypto's moved up. Yeah, looks like I said, Clean push straight off what I said already. Yeah, this is going up straight back. Equal highs right here. So first target would be that one. Another 2% to the upside. Let me take a look what Yes is doing. Same choppiness, not much movement. If you have never invested in gold, we are actually at a good point right now. Maybe a little bit more downside movement right now that we can have. We came in a weekly for value gap. We'll probably go to that second week too. So because this was the break of structure right here, so you can see the same movement again. So look, that was very close to that 50% level that we came. So the things that I teach you actually, you can actually do on any chart. So once you learn how market structure moves, you can actually see it on any chart. It's not something that you need to learn all over again. The only thing that you do need to learn is if you ever trade another pair or anything else, be a little bit patient first and watch how the chart moves, because they all move a little bit independent of each other. That means like that 50-minute continuation is very good. For example, right here on Nasdaq, if you try that on Bitcoin, that would be something different. Look, you have, once we have good structure, so we made a break of structure right here, we had an entry and we could follow. So perfectly fine. It works, but it's more accurate, for example, on the 4 hour right here. So we made a break of structure, we had a retest off of it into footprint, probably here, yeah, for value gap right here, and then you can start moving off of it. You just have to have a lot more patience, because from 23 October until 30 October you didn't have anything to do. This was your first entry you actually had. And then straight long off of it. So you put your limit order into this one, stops at a low, and your target previous high. So that would be a 4R, 4.6R. Decent trade. But you have to have a lot of patience in crypto. A lot more than even Nasdaq. And this trade can take 3-4 days before it actually plays out too. So you don't want to be behind that chart and watch that P&L move up and down then. My crypto trades, I watch it like once every... Yeah, I do it on Maxi, Emily. I never trade on Bybit. No KYC on Maxi, so no registration, so no legal stuff behind it. So no KYC means that they don't know your customer, they don't know my name, and a wallet can be from everybody. So I just make a new one and send it again to another wallet. Make sure you don't use the same wallet then to send stuff to Bybit, because they do know your name there. Maxi is like the best for European people. Is Maxi like the best trading option that you can do? They have average coin, actually more coins than Bybit actually has. So if you held through that pre-order right now, congratulations, good trade. That's so the first is back at entry, the second one, yeah, looks actually a better entry. If this one comes above, I would yeah, this would be TP1 right here for me actually. So if London starts moving, I probably would close the first one at that level and let this one run to the highs. What's the name? Maxi? Oh no, it's called like this. If you're European, you can trade on Maxi, yeah. Why is it not on my screen? This one, is it? You don't have to have KYC, so you can trade futures or spot or anything else. I'll make my crypto course in English too. I got one in Flemish, not yet in English. So that you actually know what to keep. Yeah, if you prefer that, Nicholas, let me know. I'll make my course completely in English. So we got about, I actually no idea how many lessons they were in. I believe a lesson or 10, 50, I believe 7, 8 lessons they were in. Just how to get started, just the basics. Yeah, just the basics, so how it works, how to do KYC to make sure that every coin is safe, how to place them safe, how to save them safe. If you're more an investor, what to put your coins into it. Not really a trading course, but more basic stuff that you actually need to know. That you, for example, never use your normal email address on Exchange. Make a new one. Go to Proton. And make sure that you go to proton.me and make a new email address on it. I keep it just for crypto. Just for yourself. If you just take that email address for yourself, proton.me, it's free. It's actually better than anything you can have. It's encrypted. And do not share it with anybody just for that case sake. So if anybody ever knows that you have cryptos or anything, they actually cannot get to it because they don't know the email address yet. So they all know the normal email address, so everybody knows my own email address, johncrypto888@gmail.com, but if I would use that for everything, anybody would know it already, so I don't use those email addresses, I just use a different one. I gave private lessons for this. Here in Belgium I used to do that. I don't have the time right now. Well, if I'm traveling, I still would do it if somebody asks. But there is a lot of information out there that's not correct and I don't like it. I took myself a course on crypto and before I started. It was about 4,500, I believe, that I paid for it. It was actually worth it. I cannot say it was not worth it. It was a good company. Sadly enough, it doesn't exist anymore. I believe they were actually the first, almost the first ones in Belgium that actually had a complete course on it. So this is 9 o'clock. We will definitely take out these equal highs we just created. Liquidity right here, so we will definitely take that out. Not the strongest market, and at hourly it still looks very chopped. So unless I see a nice movement to a direction where I have a fair value gap that creates to the upside, we cannot trade at this point. It will definitely take another half hour right now because see there is no gaps, no nothing that we have, so the only thing that we did create right here is a small gap right here. So if this 15 minutes stays up and comes tap it, we can enter it, but it takes at least another half hour. So take your time. Those were the equal highs. So next target will be those highs, and now we will see what the market does. So not much happening, just doing nothing. Still looks okay, market still looks good. This was just a bit of news again, so let this play out. Okay, this is getting actually not the nicest price action that we had today. Still, let's be patient. So no gaps again, everything's closed, so that takes another half hour at least before we can do anything. So 5 more minutes, so we have our opening range 2 of London. Costs look a little bit less good right now. But still, yeah, it's just sitting here being chopped. So I'd rather not touch this market unless we have nice, like I said, a nice movement to some kind of direction. Okay, another 15 minutes. Not much happened. We're still inside that same choppy range of the morning session. Of the pre-hurp, an hour and 15 minutes in stream, and still at the same movement. If we keep this momentum up, I'm just gonna call it a day. I'm not gonna sit and be patient for this. I'd rather come back in an hour or two and see if the market did something. Okay, not much happening. Just be patient. Again. Everything still looks okay. We didn't take out any ups, downs. We're still moving the same direction. We just took out a little bit internal liquidity right here. No for value gaps, so no entry models for us. And still looks like it wants to go up right now. That's the thing, if we see actually a chop market like this, we can see the candles are getting smaller actually, and they're actually getting inside of each other. So at a certain point when we get nearer to that triangle stop, we will see a breach out to one or the other side. Oh, so for the question for Alicia, yeah, so she's not trading orb anymore. I didn't read the chat yet. We're just setting it. Oh, yeah, this one maybe should have been gone. So she took 100 trades out of orb, and I reviewed it, and it was actually not something that was profitable for her. So the strategy needs to fit you. So if you don't have a good feeling about a certain strategy, you do have to test it live before you know if it is something for you. So she took 100 trades out of it, and she's still at break even. So she held the full account. She never bought a new one. So she completely held one account onto this 100 trades out of it. So as she's probably at break even or something. So there was not much that I could tell to her that she could have adapted of. So she stopped. She's down. She's now up. She's gonna change and do that 15-minute continuation right now. She's gonna try this for another 100 trades and let's see if it works. So a strategy does need to fit your trading style, of course. Yeah, it can work for me or for somebody else because Nicholas does the same and he was nicely profitable out of it, and Anisha took the same trades and she was less profitable. So she did something different, and I was watching it. I rewatched it completely, and yeah, it is what it is. So she stopped trading the pre-orb. I'm putting it on the screen because I know a lot of them are still trading it, as she always adds. So that would be my adding spot. And taking 100 trades is actually pretty fast. If you have orb, both sides. So she took New York and London and pre-London. She took both of them, and she actually came out break even, or a little bit less than break even, or something like that. But still very disciplined. She took all of them. Yeah, it needs to fit your style. So if you can't, after 100 trades, if I review them and I can see no adjustments that I can help with, that's just something I cannot do anything about. So then you actually or need to change thought process and change strategy and take another 100 trades all over again. That can take some time, but I'm doing mine right now and it's already 40 trades or 50 trades, so, and I'm only into it for a month, so it actually goes by really fast, those 100 trades. So from 19th September, so I'm only in a month and a bit, and I'm at almost 50 trades right now. So what does it take, 2 months or something to trade that? Well, like I said, she is the first one that's actually so disciplined. I have never seen anybody like it. August, September, December, so it's about 2 months she took it to take 100 trades. So what's 2 months in a lifetime if you can learn something out of it? She did learn a lot. She learned how to add, to see what liquidity is, stop staking. So So we took out one more internal liquidity right here. Came into a small fair value gap that was still a little bit open, and now we should see the continuation. Still no 15-minute gap right now. Everything just is stuck on each other. Don't touch the charts, guys. It's no use of trading this. So we took an external liquidity, an internal liquidity, now back to external liquidity. So next one should be the upper one. So if you want to continue up, we should see it rather soon, or just gonna sit here for another hour or two to the sideways movement. The good thing about this is if we have a chopped day, then we will have a very nice expansion at a certain point, because it builds up a lot of liquidity right now, on the upside and on the downside. So that's a no trading day for me, or no morning trading day right now anyways. So this can take another half hour and I don't see any gaps yet. We're still at the same range. So this market does not look anything that I want to be touching right now, so I'll give it another 15 minutes. If we don't see a huge candle in either direction, I'm just going to call it a day already. So, what can we do at the meantime? If we have a drop to that opening gap, I do want to long off of this. So this is the 4th hour now chopped. So, like I said, if I don't see any movement in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'm just gonna call it today. I'm not gonna even sit here and watch this action. I'd rather come back in the afternoon or somewhere in between if we see some actionable price that we can actually use. I'm still convinced that it will go up, but it takes a bit of more time than I wanted to. The only thing that I can say to everybody, if you ever see this kind of price action, keep your hands off of it. That's the best advice that I can give. No 30 minutes, no 15 minutes, no 5-minute gaps even. So first target would be, this would be my first TP. Not sure how much I would give. About a 2R, or a bit more than 2R, I believe, that you will get out of that one. So if you feel anxious to do anything, or you want to press buttons, or you want to do something of trading, go stand up, take a walk, read a book, do something else. Close the charts for a while, or lock yourself out for at least another 15 minutes if you're a continuation trader. You can't do anything anyways. This is the best advice that I can give. I don't watch the minute. If you have anybody that wants to read the free guide, you can always send it. Send the link to anybody that you know. It's almost fully completed. The website still needs to be, the page still needs to be finished off of it. Otherwise, everything is almost done. Again, I still believe that the market will go up right now, but still, we need to be very patient here. Nothing yet has shown me that the market is changing. It's still doing the same movement, but it's a bit slow today. This is actually the same if we see that chop market. Look again, and actually exactly the same what we did before. So we took an external level, so you don't watch higher levels, we watch lower levels. So we took an external level, so this is a break of structure to the upside. We came back to fair value of price. We took an external level, we got rejected off of it. We came back to fair value of price. Probably we go a little bit lower right here and then continue higher. But please never trade the minute chart. Okay, it's 9:45. We still don't have a gap, so at 10 I will not have a gap either. I'll leave this open, the screen, see what happens. That would be first TP definitely for me if I was in orb. I know people trade it, so I'm always here to help, of course. So that would be definitely TP1, the high. If that gets taken, we will go to ultimate high, of course. So we were disciplined, we were here, nothing much to talk about, we just did not have any good entries right now. Market is way too chopped to do anything about. We just let go of this market and come back when the market actually shows something that it wants to do. I wish you all a very great trading session. If you are in orb or pre-orb, just let go of it, it will do its thing. Once we get above that TP, you can actually put your stop at entry. Still looks like it wants to go up, but yeah, here we cannot do much about it. I hope all of you kept your hands off the keyboards too and did not trade anything. And I'll just be patient until we see a gap. I believe in an hour and a half we will see something, but at this point it's rather useless by just sitting here and watching price action that doesn't do anything. We all have, of course, something better to do than watch price that we cannot trade. So I wish you all a great trading session. I'll call today. 15 minutes before 10 actually. Actually I close at 10, but it doesn't look like it wants to do much. If we do have that move right now, that still pre-work looks great to the upside. I would say the same levels like I just shown. I believe 10:30, like I said, would be something that we could enter. If this 15 minute now goes up here, takes a 1 second one, and then comes back and taps it. I believe that's around 10:30. Then we will find our first entry. Trading patience is still the key, so nothing goes above it. Like I said, the less we do, the better it is. Yeah, enjoy your day, I would say. If you have kids and it's school vacation, enjoy them while you have the time to spend with them, of course. I'll see you all back in the afternoon session. We probably, like I said, go watch the charts like in 3/4 and 45 minutes or half hour from now. We probably will have an entry then. Looks like it will go up, and then we will see that entry coming. So if you held through this pre-work, congratulations, Nicolas, you probably are still in it. So if you see a structure, just stay calm and let it do its thing. Okay, everybody, enjoy, and I'll see you back the afternoon session, of course. If you have any questions, you can always ask them in Discord. If I see any trades that I can jump into, I'll definitely share them too. Enjoy, see you back the afternoon.